What's going on, y'all? So I got my notes for this video, but I want to give more like raw thoughts on it. So once we get to the one point where I really get into the my whole thoughts and everything about the game, who knows? You know, I don't know how long this video is gonna be. I don't want it to be too long, but I do want to say everything I want to say. So we'll see. So I finally have beaten Persona 5. Man, this is great. I keep forgetting that this game came out so long ago, but hey, man. If you came to any of the streams this year that I had streamed of the game, I think all the time, everyone comes in and always like, oh, you didn't beat the So I always went ahead and explained it. So if you were there, this might be, you know, restating what the obvious or whatever, but let me explain. So when I look back, I noticed that 2017 was a really bad year for me in terms of finishing games. I think I had this partnership, freaking Play Asia, and I was just getting spoiled, bro. I was just getting all these games every month, and I played almost none of them. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like, because at the time, this was during college, I was broke, dead broke, can barely buy games. So all of a sudden, I had this new outlet to get a bunch of games, and I was just getting them to come in, and I played like absolutely none of them. I'm telling you, not that bad, but barely any of them. I think out of like 5, 6, 7 of them, I played like 2. And I don't mean beat, I just played them. Okay, I don't know what in the world I'm talking. I was just okay, out of like the 6 or whatever, I played absolutely all of them, but some of them were like for like an hour, you know. Okay, a lot of them for like an hour, but I at least put them in my PS4. Don't forget it. So that was just like a bad kind of streak, okay? And it speaks for itself, though, because at that time, this was my junior year in college. I've graduated now. And my junior year was the easiest year I've ever had. I had a very light schedule, a couple online classes both semesters. So the actual work, and I didn't have to go to classes, you know? So I had just open days, bro. So I was just in this very social situation, okay? I was very social. That's one aspect. I was doing stuff all the time with friends and everything. And then the second thing was, you know, I had a roommate. So the thing is with Persona 5, it's a very story-driven game, bro. You sit down and play this game, you need to set out like at least 2 hours minimum. So I'm in and out of my room all the time, and then whenever it's nighttime, I'm finally in my room. I can't even play that long because we were in this puny ass room. Our setups had it so we both kind of were on one side of the room, and my TV was up here, so the light, you know what I'm saying? So having my TV on wasn't logical. If you guys remember, I made a video, Persona 5 feels too good on the Vita. That was how I made a kind of hack, in a sense, to be able to play it more. So I would play that at night. I'd remote play on my Vita so I wouldn't disturb him. So, you know, I tried, you know, you can tell right there, I tried my best to put in time. And then it got to a point where I kind of fell off completely, you know, because the first few weeks I was into it. I was like, no, I am going to at least play this game a little bit. Probably did a few palaces, the first 2 palaces. But then after that, it was like, kind of fell off a little bit. And then by the end of the year, I completely just put it off in a sense. But then come to the beginning of 2018, I was kind of like, no, we can't do that. But anyways, that's besides the point, you know. Let's get off of that. So yeah, I did a video like this, exactly like this, with the same exact title and everything, but for Final Fantasy 15. At the time, you know, they both were slated for a 2016 release, and then Final Fantasy got delayed a little bit, and people were thinking it was because of Persona 5, then Persona 5 got delayed. So they were kind of like in this running for games and whatnot, or for like, I don't know, just being compared at the time. And I did do a comparison video. I just want to give my thoughts. So since this game is a year old, I might have some minor spoilers. For Final Fantasy 1, I didn't have any at all because it was still kind of fresh in a sense. So I might have some, nothing too groundbreaking, like for the ending and stuff like that, I'm not gonna say. So feel free. If you don't want any at all, then okay, whatever. But I'm just letting you know, not gonna be too big, if any, honestly. So Persona freaking 5. Okay, hold on. Let me see what I have. Oh my goodness. All I can say was, as a base, this was a journey. First things first, one of the most flawless, fleshed out games. Like, I think the pacing was perfect. And especially when I got to the end. So my playthrough was a little cut, you know, or split up in a sense. But by the end, I kind of was thinking back to everything. I obviously didn't know the very small details of it all, but I think the pacing was perfect, bro. I think that this game manifested and just grew up and evolved at a very steady pace. It felt nice. Now, I will say there were some social links, whatever, confidants that I wish came in earlier. But besides that, I think it was just like, yeah, it just flowed nicely. No issue with the pacing. I don't think there was no point in the game where it was like a filler in a sense, you know? I mean, that never really happens, but I'm just saying there are, like, I think of Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth, the first one. It had this one point in the story where it was just a bunch of, you know, busy work in a sense. So didn't have any of that, so that's what I really liked about it. So I think the main thing that I want to talk about is the gameplay, okay? And gameplay, not even story. Let's get on story first, because I have some stuff to say about the gameplay. But the story, like I was saying, I think it went through smoothly and nicely. The ending was pretty crazy. I think the most thing that I liked about this game is I feel like Japanese kind of try to point and pull the strings of real life situations, real life problems in the world, real life things. And so that's why I think I like these Japanese games, because it kind of tests your mental in a sense. So I'm playing this game and I'm like, wow, you know, I know someone like this. I've seen things like this in a sense. Maybe not exactly, because obviously, hopefully I haven't seen anyone, what's the gym leader's name? Kamoshida. Hopefully I haven't seen none of that. That'd be crazy. That shit is crazy. Like, and then right off the bat, they hit you with that. I thought that was cool because, again, I think something else I want to do is kind of think back to Persona 4. I think back to the whole atmosphere and the vibe you got in Persona 4. While I would say sometimes it was here for Persona 5, I look back at the palaces. The last few were your teammates, Sai, things like that. You know, last few palaces weren't even anybody external. It was internal things going on. So, you know, it was a serious vibe, but sometimes it wasn't like that. Whereas Persona 4, every single thing you're doing, every time something crazy would happen, somebody was dying, you know? So it had a very serious tone the whole time. Kind of like, yeah, they had fun, but it's like, dude, niggas is dying back in the back, you know what I'm trying to say? So I still think it kept a nice vibe. It was just different. I don't want to say either one was better in this sense. I think Persona 5, Persona 4 both offer different type of things, so I think they're both good in their own respect. So I don't want to say one's better than the other. But coming back to just the whole vibe of it, yeah, I think Persona 5 kept a nice vibe. Kind of, it was more of a, because at one point it kind of seems like the kids, they question themselves, your team, they question, are we just doing this for fame, things like that. But then they're like, no, we want to actually change. And so I don't know, I just think that it was cool. It kept that serious, mature tone, and I fuck with that. I fuck with the whole idea of it, testing it, talking about the adults and things like that. And you see people like Shido, bro, obviously, no, not even obviously, that kind of stuff happens in this big world, in this corporate world, bro. Like, that shit is real, you know. Obviously not the whole causing people to go insane. Honestly though, I feel like the way people go insane and then the way that they depict it in Persona 5 is just a game version of it. In the real life version, these people are just controlling the people below them type stuff. So I think it's amazing how they do that kind of stuff. And maybe even this is just me thinking of that type of stuff of him controlling and things like that. I don't know, but I think that they just do a good job with all that, and I think it was nice. Very nice story. No, I have no complaints about the story. I think it was good from start to finish. And how certain parts that you saw at one point in the game played a role at the end, you know, things like that. I love that. I love that. I love that. So I don't really want to make this video too long, but the other part of the game, you know, is the gameplay. So I will say, personally for me, I see a lot of people saying they didn't really like the school life. I see a lot of people saying they didn't really like actually, I don't see really anyone saying they didn't like the gameplay, or game combat, whatever. But I think I'm an odd one out, okay? I feel like the social parts really had your boy hooked. I could sit there for hours, especially streaming. I could sit there for hours while I'm streaming, talking to chat. Oh, what should I do? Should I say this? Who should we hang out with tonight? That type of stuff. But then when the gameplay came in, sometimes, man, it felt tedious and annoying and boring. Now, I will say more times than not, if I was about to be in a dungeon, and like, say I was about to play a night and I was playing it out and I was about to go, I was at a part where I was doing social stuff or was at a part doing gameplay stuff, I would have to make sure that I was well rested, not tired or drowsy when doing the dungeon parts, because your boy would be falling asleep. Now, it's not even to say anything was wrong with the combat system. I think it just wasn't as exciting for me. And I don't know, I think Persona 4's combat had me more, I liked it more. Trying to get the thing where you could pick your cards was important, so I was always trying to do, you know, weaknesses, versus now I was kind of always just kind of doing whatever would get me the quickest result to finish the battle, continue on. Because most of the time the dungeon fights are all just busy work to get to the end, progress through it. I did like some puzzles. Rat puzzle in Shield's Palace, that gotta go. There's a couple other ones, you know, that was one of the more recent ones, that's why I remember it. But some palaces, I think I remember Futaba's. I don't know why. I feel like now when I think back to Futaba's, I didn't have a problem with it. But then I think back at the time and I don't think I liked it. Sai's Palace, did not like it. So there were some palaces I didn't like. Kamoshida, Madarame, I think that's his name. Those two, for example, I did like. So it was hit or miss for the palaces. I did like them sometimes, I didn't like them other times. So overall though, I would say it was still a good experience. But again, I personally enjoyed the social life more than going through dungeons. It's crazy. I think I don't know, man. I think because like I said, I always hear people saying they hated that part of it. I don't know. I just think it's awesome how you could, whatever you say, change the outcome. So I'm just interested in getting this outcome that I'm thinking of in my head and seeing what they say in response, things like that. And with that being said, that is the one place where I feel like I would love to do New Game Plus. Not only that, and I think I might even enjoy the combat more because I'll have these crazy personas, I'll be higher level, and it's going to be a lot more challenging, you know. But the thing is, I'm thinking about that length. There's going to be some very annoying things in the middle of that I don't know if I'd have the time and patience to sit through again. So it's up in the air. But overall, 10 out of 10. There's nothing else you gotta say. Like, that game is amazing. Like, again though, it's not built for everyone. The length of it and the commitment it takes to beat it, honestly, it's not for everyone. You know, I know a lot of people coming to my streams like, oh, I haven't played this. I know damn well most of y'all dudes are not finishing it. I was determined. I'd never had a doubt in my mind that I was not finishing it and whatnot. But yeah, so that was determined and everything. So that's why I knew I was gonna finish it. But most of the people, if you haven't finished it now, you don't even think about it like that, I promise you, you're not gonna finish it. This game is built for different type of dudes. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, you know, that's just my loose thoughts about the game. Let me know what you guys think. It's kind of late now, so I don't know what y'all gotta say, but those are just my thoughts. Maybe if you agree with me and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, other than that, yo, so it is Monday. So tomorrow, the day I'm gonna record, what is this? September 3rd. So tomorrow, Dragon Quest 11 comes out. I don't know when this video is. I think this video is gonna come out later this week. But yeah, I had to finish this game before Dragon Quest 11 because that is the new beast that I'll be taking on. I'm not gonna have any situation like I did for this game. So I'm gonna be able to finish this in a way better timely fashion. So yeah, I'm gonna have my first impressions on that and everything like that. But yeah, that's the next beast to tackle. I had to finish this game before it, and I made it just in the nick of time. Oh my god, if y'all saw, I had an 8-hour stream when I started at 9 p.m. We did not finish this game until 5:30 a.m. Man, this was supposed to go out at the beginning of the video. Shout out to everybody that stuck with me. Apex, Spines, 2 notable people that were there for a majority of it. If I forget anyone, I'm trying to think now, bro. My brain is still recovering from that, bro. Still recovering. It was insane, bro. Face cam, I was wild up for almost the whole 8 hours. So it was a journey. It was a journey. So I appreciate all of y'all that stuck out with me and all that. So yeah. Other than that, I love y'all. I guess it's the same time. I'll say I appreciate every one of you out there, all my subscribers. I love y'all. So other than that, that's all I gotta say. Look out for some more videos. Dragon Quest 11. I got some other stuff cooking in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.
Why these niggas always trying to move when I move? You can't keep up with the pace. Please don't try to make room. Playing switch all in your face. I can't see what you do. I'm not finna